His eyes noticed it effortlessly. More snow-white hair clung to a tree trunk. Hawk studied the bark. There were no grooves, only a round patch of stripped wood bearing fresh sap like the blood of a seeping wound. The stag is close. Hawk could sense it. Glancing at the ground, he noticed the scuffled prints of hooves. Moisture swelled in the tracks. They were fresh. The stag is close. He crouched and nodded to King David to follow suit. The king, holding a bow in one hand, imitated the huntsman's stance. The two hunters followed the stream deeper into the valley. They rounded a rocky bend and glimpsed the stream's destination, a pool of fresh water. At the edge of the water, on the opposite bank, lay a magnificent specimen. Hawk's eyes dilated as the prize appeared. Even lying down, its enormity gave Hawk pause. Its antlers sprouted back from its head like two branching trees in a leafless winter. The beast's coat, the colour of snow, spanned from its nose to its tail. King David's white stag. Despite resting next to a considerable boulder, the shadowless white fur glistened, but the coat was tarnished. Blood hemorrhaged from a shredded abdomen. Entrails cascaded from the stag and reached toward the pool of water, leaving little doubt of the stag's fate. No, this can't be it. It cannot happen this way, Hawk cursed, abandoning his crouch to get a better look. He followed the edge of the pool, tracing the semicircular bank to the fallen stag. His pace quickened with every step, trying to outmaneuver the sinking pit growing in his stomach. Hawk reached the animal, and a rank odour of wet fur, like a dog trapped in a rainstorm, crept in. He removed a large obsidian knife from his belt. The huntsman sank to one knee next to the head of the animal and slashed the beast's neck. A crimson flow confirmed the white stag had recently died. The blood seeped into the nearby pool, poisoning the serenity of the water. King David stared, unable to remove his eyes from the scene in front of him. Tears formed in the king's eyes. "My dear God," the king swallowed, wiping away the teardrop that formed. A choking realization crept into Hawk. King David tasked him with hunting the white stag as a trophy, and in exchange, Hawk would receive the information he sought. His end of the deal lay in jeopardy. Something else had killed the stag. He tried to think of a way to maintain his agreement, to keep his end of the bargain. "My God!" the king gasped again. "This moment is not how I imagined it. What is this madness? What could have done such a thing? And in my woods?" Hawk cleaned his black blade on his trousers, about to speak, when it happened. King David's head snapped up, looking behind Hawk. His eyes whitened, his frown evaporating as his jaw dropped open. A mighty grip squeezed Hawk's right shoulder and grasped tightly onto the mail armour. Hawk turned toward the hand, but it wasn't a hand. Its fingers ended in gnarled claws with wild, dark black fur. He followed the hand up, scanning past the forearm and hairy biceps toward the face of the beast holding him. Muscles swelled over the body, possessing the same wiry dark hair. It stood taller than anyone Hawk had seen, and he'd once met towering Hjalmar Gronvold, the Norse bodyguard of King Sigurd the Crusader. His captor's eyes wouldn't have belonged on a man's head.